rally where he was in familiar form, sounding off about the Senate race there as well as the ongoing legal challenges. Let's bring in Kayleigh McEnany, Trump 2020 campaign advisor. Kayleigh, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. Talk about both of these things, if you will, that can be done at the same time, motivating supporters to come out and maintain control of the Senate, while at the same time finding every legal vote and challenging irregularities where needed.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because a New York Times reporter tweeted last night that somehow the two notions are incompatible. Make no mistake, that is a leftist trying to get you not to vote. These things are entirely compatible. We can look at a fraudulent system where you had mass mail-in voting, which even Jimmy Carter's commission found that mail-in voting is the most subject to fraud of anything. We've known this for a long time. We can investigate that. We can call on Georgia to have a special legislative session to fix signature match for both the 2020 election and the January 5th runoff. But we can also say this. Look, if there's a problem right now, if signature match is making sure that fraudulent votes are being counted, well, guess what? Let's overwhelm the system with Trump votes. Show up. Every single Trump voter in the Trump base, every conservative in Georgia, show up, cast your vote. We have to overwhelm this system with in-person voting and counter the mail-in voting. So both can be true. And anyone telling you not to vote is not having the right motives here. Go out and vote on January 5th.
With the amount of mail-out voting and the lack of Republican oversight in many key Democrat cities, it does raise a lot of eyebrows. Now, when I talked to Jenna Ellis on the program earlier, she said a lot of the Trump legal team focus is transitioning, as you mentioned, to state legislators, to putting the evidence in their hands. That's ultimately who makes the call about electors. What is the Trump legal team hoping to get? What result are you hoping from that strategy?
Yeah, they do. The legislatures do make the ultimate decision under Article 1, Section 4. So we're showing the evidence. It's up to them to make the determinations. But I think right now, what is most paramount right now, Governor Kemp went on Fox News and he said this. He said, I'm now convinced that, there's a lot of evidence here, so we need to have signature match. The Stacey Abrams deal should not be the law of the land. But I'm powerless to do anything. That's the Secretary of State's decision. False, Governor Kemp. You have the power to call an a special legislative session, because right now, if we lose these 2 Senate seats, guess who's casting the deciding vote in this country for our government? It will be Kamala Harris. Call for the special legislative session. Governor Kemp can also threaten the budget of the Secretary of State. There is plenty he can do. But when we talk legislatures right now, Pete, what is paramount is Georgia right here, right now, making sure that we hold this branch of government.
A signature match makes sense in Georgia. There's also potentially a Supreme Court challenge in the state of Pennsylvania. And then we just learned this morning Dominion voting systems in Wisconsin or in Michigan. They'll have a chance to review those as well. What else is on your horizon? Just real quick, as far as you advance this down the field.
I think the biggest lawsuit to watch, the one that has the most chance of prevailing right now, is in Wisconsin, where they clearly flouted Wisconsin law. The Supreme Court basically looked favorably upon the merits of the case and just said, work your way from the lower court up. So Wisconsin is the state to watch. Nevada, too, there's an appeal. Those are the two. But we've got to fix mail-in voting for this election and for the future. There is no doubt about that. Kayleigh McEnany, thank you so much for the update and your time this morning. We appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it.